So PlayStation has decided to officially announce that starting January 2028, all your games will be digital only. And I have a lot to say about that, so let's get to it. Here we go again. Every time someone brings up physical versus digital games, someone inevitably jumps into the comments with LOL, it's just a piece of plastic. No, it isn't. This has never been about the plastic. Nobody is sitting at home cuddling a Blu-ray case like Gollum saying, "My precious." The disc is just the delivery method. The real argument has always been about ownership, competition, and consumer choice. The gaming industry has done an incredible job convincing people that owning less is somehow better. And don't get me wrong, digital downloads are convenient. I love pressing a button and having the game ready in minutes. Assuming my internet decides to cooperate that day, of course. But convenience shouldn't come at the cost of giving up rights we already had as consumers. Physical games don't just give you a disc, they give you leverage. If Sony refuses to lower the digital price, you can simply buy the physical copy somewhere else. That competition pressures digital pricing too. Remove physical media completely, and that pressure disappears. Why lower prices when your customers literally have nowhere else to go? Then there's ownership. When you buy a physical game, you own something. You can lend it to a friend, sell it, trade it, or keep it on your shelf for 20 years. If you finish it, you can sell it and put that money towards your next game. Digital purchases are different. In most cases, you're buying a license to access the game under the platform's terms, not unrestricted ownership of a physical copy. As long as the platform supports it and everything works, you'll usually be able to download and play it. But your access still depends on the platform and its licensing agreements. That's the point so many people keep missing. This debate isn't about a piece of plastic. It's about preserving competition, preserving ownership, and making sure consumers continue to have choices instead of handing all the power to a single digital storefront. Now I want to say something directly to some YouTubers, streamers, and influencers because, come on guys, you know better. You know this discussion has never been about the damn disc. Stop pretending people are emotionally attached to a piece of plastic. They're not. This has always been about ownership, consumer choice, and competition. You know it. I know it. And your audience knows it too. What's honestly disappointing is seeing creators laugh or mock their own viewers for being upset about losing physical games. You'll see someone express concern about a digital-only future, and the response is something like, "Bro, who still buys discs? Really? That's the argument?" It's easy to say that when you're sitting behind a $20,000 at least streaming setup that was probably sponsored, sent to you for review, or paid for by the years of successful content creation. And that's great. You earned that success. But your audience isn't living your life. Most people are regular gamers. They save for months to buy a console. They budget for one or two new games. They wait for sales. They buy used copies. They trade games with friends. They're trying to make their money go as far as possible. Now imagine telling that person that they're stupid for wanting physical games. The same person who can buy a $70 game for $35 a few months later, finish it, sell it, and use the money towards the next game. That's not being old-fashioned. That's being smart with your money. Then people say, just buy it digitally. Okay, from where? On PC, if Steam's price is too high, you have alternatives. Epic, GOG, Humble Bundle, Green Man Gaming. There's competition. On consoles, if the platform holder wants $70 for it, it's $70. Pay it or don't play. That's not consumer choice. That's consumer surrender. And before anyone says digital games don't just disappear, that's not the point. The point is that the platform holder controls the storefront, the pricing, and the rules. Without physical competition, they hold all the cards. Whether they abuse that power tomorrow or 10 years from now isn't the issue. The issue is that consumers lose options the moment the physical media disappears. Guys, read the room. Look around. Rent is higher, groceries are higher, insurance is higher, utility bills are higher. Everything is getting more expensive. This is probably the worst possible time to argue that consumers should have fewer choices and platform holders should have even more control over how games are sold and how much they cost. Nobody is asking you to hate digital games. I buy digital games. Most gamers buy digital games. That's not the issue. The issue is making digital the only option while pretending consumers aren't giving up anything in return. You have audiences that trust you. Hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of people listen to what you have to say. So don't dismiss legitimate concerns with a sarcastic joke because it's easy content. Have the honest conversation. Tell people there are advantages to digital. There absolutely are. But also admit there are trade-offs. Admit that eliminating physical media means less competition, fewer consumer rights, and more control concentrated in the hands of a single company. Be better, because your audience deserves better than being laughed at for wanting ownership, competition, and the ability to spend their hard-earned money wisely. Finally, I've never been a supporter of piracy, whether it's games or movies. I've always bought my stuff. Hell, I still go out of my way to buy physical media whenever possible because I actually like owning the things I spend my hard-earned money on. That being said, I completely agree with the statement, if purchasing isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. You don't get to spend the last decade telling consumers, actually, you're just renting a license. We can revoke it whenever we feel like it. Servers down? Tough shit. We removed it from your account? Too bad. We changed the terms? Sucks to be you. Then turn around acting morally outraged when people say, well, if I never owned it in the first place, what exactly did I steal? Again, I buy the games and movies I think deserve to be owned physically. But I can't sit here pretending everyone who pirates is some cartoon villain twirling a mustache. If companies keep charging more, giving us less, stripping away ownership, stuffing everything behind subscriptions, and treating paying customers like they're borrowing the privilege of accessing their own purchases, don't act surprised when people say, fuck this, and hoist the Jolly Roger. The funniest part, the industry keeps blaming pirates instead of looking in the damn mirror. Maybe, just maybe, people wouldn't be looking for alternative download methods if you weren't making the legal option more expensive, more restrictive, and objectively worse every single year. That's not a piracy epidemic. That's corporate stupidity creating the very problem it's whining about. It's a self-inflicted wound, and somehow they're still wondering why they're bleeding. Anyways, those are my thoughts, but now I want to hear yours. Do you think an all digital future is the right move? Or do you think physical media games still have an important place in the industry? Let me know in the comments below. I read as many of them as I can. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos in the future. As always, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, yes, I still call it Twitter, and of course, right here on YouTube at J.R. Abrams Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.